What if I told you that in the time it takes to watch this video, ICE agents could surround an entire train station, lock down every exit, and detain over 1,700 illegal migrants without a single shot fired? Well, that just happened in Texas, and it's only the beginning. At just after dawn on a quiet Tuesday morning, federal agents executed what's being called the largest interior immigration raid in U.S. history. Over 1,700 illegal migrants were detained in a matter of hours from a major Texas train station. Now, this wasn't random. It was precision warfare in the Trump administration's unprecedented deportation operation. The operation was surgical. Armored DHS vehicles, canine units, tactical teams, and biometric scanners all coordinated to create an impenetrable perimeter. No chaos, no warning, just swift, decisive action that caught everyone off guard. And here's what the legacy media is desperately trying to hide from you. This is working big time. Since Trump returned to office in January, ICE has arrested over 113,000 illegal aliens, a staggering 120% increase from the same time period under Biden. Texas alone saw nearly 25% of all ICE arrests during Trump's first 5 months, followed by Florida and California. In Trump's first 100 days alone, ICE removed nearly 70,000 illegal aliens, including 2,300 gang members from Tren de Aragua, MS-13, and 18th Street gangs. Nearly 1,300 were accused or convicted of sex offenses, and 498 were accused or convicted of murder. The administration is on track to deport roughly 500,000 people this year alone, and they're just getting started. What we're actually witnessing here with this mass deportation operation isn't new. It's part of a historical pattern that political scientists call demographic correction cycles. Demographic correction cycles. When nations face rapid demographic changes that threaten social cohesion, they very often respond with large-scale removal operations to restore a sense of cultural normalcy and proper social order and identity. Throughout history, from the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 to Operation Wetback in 1954, America's periodically engaged in mass deportation efforts during times of economic stress or perceived cultural threat. And there's a pattern here. These cycles typically occur when, for example, economic anxiety peaks, is when American workers rightly fear job competition and the driving down of their wages through a mass influx of migration, particularly illegal migration. Or secondly, cultural identity begins to feel threatened, where sudden and rapid demographic changes end up creating a mass backlash among the population. We saw this back in 2016 when Trump crushed Hillary. Counties, particularly in Appalachia and the Midwest, in places like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, counties that had experienced the most migration, the highest density of migrants coming in and changing their culture, those counties were most likely to vote for Trump. It was the exact opposite of what the liberal globalist elite thought would happen through mass migration. They thought if you just inundated these counties and regions with mass migration, that would turn these regions blue. But ironically, the exact opposite happened. Wherever migration populations flooded a region, that region ironically turned more to the right as they saw their culture, their customs, and their traditions, particularly their language, threatened. Think of Springfield, Ohio, how the mass influx of Haitian migrants ended up turning Springfield radically red. So mass deportations occur whenever anxiety, economic anxiety peaks, whenever cultural identity feels threatened. Thirdly, whenever the political opportunity emerges. So you actually have to have leaders capitalizing on this public frustration and willing to act. And then fourthly, the infrastructure capacity has to exist. So the government has to have the tools to act and act effectively. What we are seeing here, particularly with these mass raids, is all four conditions aligning perfectly in 2025. And there's one key way of knowing that this alignment is for real. And that is exactly what we're going to find out. But first, I want to give a big shout out to our good friends over at Beam Dream. If you're having a hard time falling asleep at night, meet your knight in shining armor. I've told you guys about this. I've been using Beam Dream nightly now for months, and I genuinely can't imagine my nights without it. Before Dream, frankly, I'd lie awake for hours. I'd be thinking about the future, the news, the world. It was exhausting. I have a hard time turning off my brain. But now, I fall asleep, seriously, I kid you not, in under 30 minutes. And I stay asleep all through the night. And I wake up without that foggy, sluggish feeling. In fact, since I began taking Dream consistently, I've noticed a real difference in my focus, my mood, and energy throughout the day. Dream is made with top quality, science-backed ingredients that help you relax and get the deep, uninterrupted sleep your body needs. Seriously, I take it every night. It's become a ritual I actually look forward to. And unlike other sleep aids, there's no grogginess the next day, just clear-headed, focused energy. So if sleep is something you've been struggling with, I cannot recommend Dream enough. Right now, you can save up to 35% off with my exclusive Beam discount. Just click the link below or scan the QR code and use code Turley at checkout. Don't settle for restless nights. Try Dream. You'll feel the difference. Click on that link below right now. Bottom line, we know that all the factors behind mass deportations have aligned precisely because Americans are overwhelmingly backing these mass deportations. A Harvard-Harris poll from June found that a whopping 74% of Americans supported Trump's efforts to deport illegal aliens. A YouGov poll taken around the same time found a 62% overall support for Trump's mass deportation program. And perhaps most surprisingly of all, given the legacy media's narrative, the latest Signal poll, it was taken just weeks ago in early July, not only did it find that 60% of all voters supported deportation of illegal migrants across the board, but interestingly, it found a majority of Hispanics supported as well. 50% supported deportations, which was an 11% increase in strong support since May. In fact, after that Texas train station raid we saw earlier, local polling showed rising support even among swing voters. Residents pointed to their frustrations over rising crime and overcrowding as reasons why ICE's approach felt long overdue. Texas Governor Greg Abbott called the raid a bold stand for law and order, while mayors from nearby cities praised it as textbook cooperation between state and federal forces. Even on Capitol Hill, lawmakers called for more funding and greater ICE authority, which was later, of course, granted by the One Big Beautiful Bill. When word got out about the Texas operation, the response wasn't outrage. The response was relief. Commuters who use the station daily said they felt unsafe for months. One man told reporters it's about time someone did something. So what's coming next? Well, this Texas raid wasn't a one-off. It's the template for the future. ICE has confirmed that they're using biometric technology, AI-driven screening tools, and mobile surveillance units to target high-risk terminals, bus depots, and rideshare hubs throughout the entire nation. Tom Homan, Trump's border czar, made it crystal clear there will be mass deportations every day for 4 years, and the numbers will continue to grow every single week. Military aircraft are now being used regularly to transport deportees, and the administration is pushing for 3,000 arrests per day. The message is simple. The days of illegal migrants feeling entitled to invade our nation are over. ICE now has the tools, the technology, and the political will to root this illegal migration out. While critics cry about humanitarian concerns and the like, the American people have spoken. They want their laws enforced, they want their communities protected, and they want their sovereignty respected. The Texas train station raid proved it could be done professionally, effectively, and with absolute overwhelming public support. This isn't just immigration enforcement. It's the restoration of the rule of law in America. The rule of law that stands at the very heart of our unique American culture. And if you think 1,700 arrests in one day was impressive, just wait until you see what's coming next. We're in it, gang. A historic shift is unfolding all around us. The fall of globalism, the rise of a new conservative age, and I explain exactly what's happening and why in my most important book yet, America Awakened. This book gives you the full picture, how we got here, what it means, and what you need to know to be on the right side of history. Do not wait. Go to americaawaken.us and order your copy today. The next chapter has already begun.